Hi everybody, it's Galactic Man Larry here again, and today we have in front of us from the Dragon Ball Evolve line, which is like the most budget Dragon Ball line from BanDai. Trunks, Super Saiyan Trunks, and I've been looking at these figures at the pegs for months. They have been around for a couple of years now, or 1 year at least. I don't know exactly how long, but I was like, why do these things even exist? But they kind of look decent, and they're like super cheap, like $10. I got this one with a discount. Here in Germany they're like $12, but I found this guy for 8 on the shop with a discount, and I was like, well, let's give it a try. It seems to have a decent amount of articulation, and they don't look that terrible. So I'll take him out of the packaging and we'll continue in a second. And there we have our Super Saiyan Trunks figure out of the packaging. One thing to notice is like the bubble comes like this. He's sitting there and has like an extra layer that keeps the figure like in position. Anyway, that's done. And the figure it looks actually really nice. You shouldn't expect like super fancy stuff with this guy. And one thing is like it falls apart really easily if you start posing him or try to give him his sword. The arms, I was just checking the articulation and I wanted to do the T-pose and I was like unable because, well, he's limited. And then I was like, well, this arm stays there, which is good. But this other arm was like, boop, popping right away. But again, it's a kind of a cheap figure. But we shouldn't $10 or €10 or something like that. It's still €10. If they're gonna give you a figure, then they better make it like as good as they can. Yeah, it's a budget version, but still, it doesn't mean you have to give people bad quality. It's not the end of the world. I just wanted to check these figures and I was curious, and now but once you get him in a position and you leave it there, it looks nice, kind of, he even has this like extra plastic there. I'll just cut it off right now. There it is. You can notice it's a very like massively produced figure, but yeah, it's BanDai, so it kind of follows the engineering ideas from Figure Arts and so, and like making these hollow spaces so that you can get more range for the knee. He has single jointed knees, so that's very helpful. As you can see, he has these caps for the butterfly joints. It's not butterfly joints, but you have like a double like a dumbbell joint, and the cap is just it's a floating piece there to just help with the aesthetics, to avoid gaps, But yeah, as we were seeing, he cannot do a proper T-pose, but as you can turn the arm in all directions and you have the bicep cut, you can combine things to achieve what you're looking for. He has just 90 degrees of elbow bend. He has this very nice Capsule Corp logo there. Well, it's not super nice, but yeah. The sword, the sheath, I think is glued. I won't force it, so I think it's permanently there. But again, it's not the end of the world because we're not talking about a Figure Arts or something in which I'm sure you can remove it. We're talking about a $10 figure, and yeah, it looks good enough. Could be better, of course, but even for the price, yeah, he has. Well, the head is quite limited. He just can he can't look up at all, because that's how he's put in there. He just has this like ball peg here and the neck. If we remove the kind of scarf here, he just, or bandana or whatever it's called, he still cannot look up because of the sculpted hair he has on the back of his neck. He can look down just that much. He has a decent amount of tilt, well, a great tilt, and more tilt than you need. It's just a bit annoying that the head is so easy to remove, or that it falls off so easily. Maybe if I give him a bit of a nail polish or something like that, a little coat of that, but still. But it's not like it's like a rubbery material, so it has a bit of friction. It's not like I feel like it will get loose or something. Again, the arms have the 90-degree elbow bend. Both hands can turn the way all the way around, and they have an in and out swivel. I mean, for trunks it would be nice to have at least one hand who had the vertical swivel, but we don't have that, and that's the way it is. Now you can just give him his sword like that, and yeah, and actually the sword has a nice size, and it's all painted in silver. I think the plastic, yeah, it's this green plastic, and all the metal is silver paint, and it's very flexible, so you don't have to worry if it will break or not, or something like that. And he has a nice range with this let's call it butterfly, so you can really, yeah, it seems you can make the sword in front pose, which is a great thing. But yeah, then you lose the arm. But yeah, you can see he can hold the sword in front of him, like the typical duel scene, about to slice each other. Now that's for he has a diaphragm that has a bit tilt to the sides. He can bend that much to the front, a bit more to the back. Yeah, that much to the front. It's a bit more, but yeah, this buckle here kind of gets in the way, so you just have to check that you get on top of that. And he has also like a ball joint on the waist. And not only, he also has a swivel, so you have a lot of articulation for your $10 figure. I mean, if the pieces didn't fall apart that easily, but again, the material is a bit rubbery, so it's not like they will get super loose over time. Well, at least not over a long time. And yeah, that's the only thing that could be better, like the pieces not falling apart that easily. But I'm kind of growing fond of this figure. Now the legs can go all the way back and front. I mean, this is also like a floating piece. I know I'm wrong. Maybe. No, this piece is attached to the crotch, and there is like a long peg that goes into the upper leg. Can do like almost the whole splits. He can kick all the way to the front. He can kick all the way to the back, but in the other side, because almost a decent amount to the back. Of course, he has some sculpt there. The thigh cut can go all the way around, and you have over 90 degrees of knee bend. Now the feet, I was a bit confused about that. You have this kind of 360 turn. You can go down that much with the feet, frontal that much. It's a bit limited, because of the sculpt there and here. And then you have this, they suggest here, like you can see, they suggest, well, they give you this opening, but the sculpt of the heart, the joint part, doesn't allow doesn't allow you to do that actual movement. I mean, the feet is quite gummy, yeah, but it gets on its own, on its way. So I'm like, why they did all this cutting here if you cannot do the proper ankle pivot? You know, it's hindered by the sculpt, by his own sculpt. You know what I mean? But yeah, still, now I can tell you, it's a kind of a nice figure. I mean, for $10, it has a lot of articulation. Yeah, pieces fall apart if you push a bit over the limit. I mean, as soon as you push over the limit, some pieces will fall apart, but it's still a decent little figure. It's like a 5.5, like 5-inch figure, something like that. Anyway, that's it for this review. I won't compare him to another figure because I don't know if it makes sense. And please leave a like, subscribe to the channel. If you find this figure in the wild, maybe get one to see if you like them, and let me know in the comments if you have any of these and what you think about them. I will see you in the next one. Ciao, ciao, ciao.